Live from the heart of the blockchain, two legends rise.
Yo, it's Airwink in the cockpit, DJ Orakle in control. Teach your main city like it's coded in their soul. From the basis to the D plays, every tool, every tip. They'll turn noobs into legends on this crypto trip. Grinding mission, stacking loot, dodging fakes, making moves. You got question, they got proof. Boost defense, point prestige, mo finesse. Main city ain't a game, it's a whole mindset test. Loaded lions in the streets, cubs chasing that bread. Every stat, every buff, yeah, it's all in your head. So plug in, level up, learn the code, know the plan. With Oracle and Airwink, you gon' master the land.
Welcome to the show, where crypto meets the grind, where knowledge drops hard and the game's redefined. This ain't no chill, this is strategy and wit. Main City 101, now let's get it lit. Welcome to the show, where crypto meets the grind, where knowledge drops hard and the game's redefined. This ain't no chill, this is strategy and wit. Main City 101, now let's get it lit.
Welcome back, everyone. This is our Wink 7. I'm joined once again with my co-host DJ Orakle. And we've got quite the podcast for you guys today, if I do say so myself. So definitely buckle up and hopefully you enjoy. But thank you for joining me, DJ Orakle. How are you doing today?
Yeah, what up, Arwin? Thank you for hosting. Everything's good. How you doing?
Doing well. I mean, everything's going good here, slowly getting ready to get back in the classroom. But other than that, I mean, we're gearing up for hopefully some new updates and some big updates at that as well, at that fact. So, we'll hop into that dev diary near the end here and do some speculating. But what we got on the docket for today is we did finish the Bunny Hop Blitz recently. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we did during the Bunny Hop Blitz, maybe some lessons that we learned, and just discuss it overall, as well as, maybe some sales and whatnot that happened that we were kind of proud of. And also just show off the leaderboard, talk a little bit about what was going on there. Then, luckily enough, we did get a hold of fftbhacker, and he was kind enough to answer a series of questions. So we've got a little treat there for you. We're going to read through. He wasn't quite comfortable coming on the podcast, which is perfectly acceptable. So he opened up and was able to answer some questions that we had sent over, preemptively, and got the answers back. So we'll read through those and also discuss each topic as we go through with that. And then we'll go and take a look at the dev diaries, see what they've recently released. Big one pertaining to the expeditions. And I think one of the exciting parts of that is going to be looking at the UI that they've showed off. So, we'll do some speculating about that at the very end as well. So, you want to do a little shout out, and then we can hop right into the Bunny Hop Blitz.
Yes, right? Yeah, definitely. Excuse me. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us again. It's always fun to talk Main City and talk about the new updates that are coming out. And like we always say, we like to hear where you leave off on the blitz, where you are on the leaderboard. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave a comments, and yeah, thank you guys for joining us again. And like you said, this is an exciting one this time.
Yes,
very, very exciting.
Yeah, it's not every day we get to talk to the ranked number one. I'd still love to be able to pick Meta's brain. He held rank 1 for, I think over a year almost or something like that. So it'd be good to maybe get him on one day. But hey, we get to talk to the guy that's been dominating the blitzes recently. So, and his meteoric soar up to rank 1 in normal mode as well. So that I hope that you guys enjoy listening to us discuss the questions that we had asked and his answers that he had provided. But let's just hop into it. So the Bunny Hop Blitz, let me switch over to the screen recording and we could take a look at the top 10. Thanks to Queen Cindy once again for always putting together an awesome graphic. So here is your leaderboard for the top 10. We had fftbhacker in rank 1, Darklos taking rank 2, and Dazul, or Diesel, I think maybe is how it's pronounced, taking rank 3. So a nice chain gang line up there. And then Mr. Cookie, 4, Fiend for Crow, which is Tracy at number 5. 6 is Meta. 7 was Czar Crypto. 8 we had Trez. 9 was Lightman, and 10 we had Golden Tree. So congratulations to the top 10 there. I'll also just open it up while we're just chit-chatting a bit, and we can take a look at the past event and see where both DJ Orakle and I finished as well. So take a scroll through the entire leaderboard here. Well, maybe not the entire, but for a bit. But yeah, how did the Blitz go for you? I know we're still waiting on getting that bonus skin that's supposed to be coming our way for everybody that was in the top 1,000. It still has not been distributed, but the prize pool has, and I believe out of those blueprints you pulled something pretty good, didn't you?
Yes, definitely. I got a museo, quality 2, a black looking museo, pretty good. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just open a gold blueprint, and then I opened a gold blueprint on the same day, and I opened an arcade. So the good vibes from the regular blueprints from the Blitz. That gave me that museo. I think it was just a museo that was like on the regular blueprints. But yeah, did you open up some blueprints too, huh?
I did some blueprint opening. I don't know. That's the hard part. Like I doubt they were the ones that I got from the competition. Seeing as I had like 700 in my inventory. So, but yeah, I did all right. That was a fun video to make. So yeah, if you guys haven't watched it, I did open 300 uncommon, like normal blueprints, and then another 50 for the legendaries, just to get some data on drop rates. I think I did pretty well. I mean, can't really complain with getting a couple legendaries, right? So a few of those, some epics. But yeah, so scroll through.
That's one of my favorite videos of yours.
Yeah, I mean, I hardly ever open blueprints. So I loved opening the blueprints. I might do some on screen here as we're discussing stuff, but yeah, I mean, you placed here's your rank here at 83, so you did pretty well. Let's see, can I click on? No, I guess you can't really click on the people. I was hoping to bring up your picture and be able to see it a little bit bigger. That'd be kind of cool if you could do something like that. Click on it after the leaderboard's done. But I see you're rocking your gold.
Yeah,
Cow Gone Mad.
Yeah, I had to represent. There's so many like cool, PFPs with all the good partners that we have, and so I had to pull out one of the best ones for this one. So yeah, I had a goal of trying to stay within the 1 million vouchers, and I was like the first one on the leaderboard to get the 1 million vouchers. So that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, you were like right there. What was it, 1.01? Let me just type your name in.
1.01.
Yeah.
And like literally the one underneath, which is Sertama. Shout out to Sertama. He had 998.94. So I was literally the first one to break that 1 million. So yeah, it's I had to buy a business. I bought it. I think it was like 3 days in.
Okay. What did you pick up?
So instead, I picked up a museo, and it was P6. I was on P3 by the time I bought it. So Prestige 3. So I got it. I bought it Prestige 6. I think it was 198. No, it was 100. Somebody outbid me, so I think it ended up like at 201K. And yeah, like another thing about the buying in is also making sure that the avatar levels is right. So guys, remember that when you are about to buy a business, you can click on the information and it'll show you other requirements. Because many times, at least for me, that I'm not used to like just recently I started to jumping in late and buying businesses and trying that strategy. And sometimes I forget that the avatar level also is not just prestige, right? So then I'm missing out on that bonus, and then I have to jump in the mansion and like make sure that I meet that avatar level bonus. So that's what I would get that I learned from this blitz when it comes to that strategy. To make sure that my avatar level is always keeping up, so I can get the max bonus.
Right on. Hey, I mean, yeah, you were able to secure yourself a good rank. We did have, just for interest's sake, 1,297 people log in for this past competition. So there's almost about 300 people that will not be getting the skin. So that's kind of cool to at least think, hey, there's only 1,000 of this skin out there, right?
Yeah, so true.
Which would be interesting, maybe to even see how many people actually have the calendar ones, right? Because we've had a few from calendars, especially that February one, right? You miss one day and you don't get it. So it'd be interesting to see the population of those skins as well that are available.
That's so true. And so how did you do on the Blitz? You did pretty well, huh? You jumped in at a pretty good time. You secured your points.
Yeah, I was able to lock down a decent amount of points just from the one little sprint that I do. And luckily, I was able to get the business at the right time. So I did purchase a motors off of fftbhacker. I didn't know I was buying it off of him. Full disclosure, I'm not talking to any of the top players and getting them to build me businesses. I know some people can do that, but it's not something that I do. I like to just play, as any other normal player would play. I don't want to use connections, even though, that's about all that business really is connections, right? So it becomes part of the game here too. But for me, I did grab that. It was level 451, so it worked. It would have been nicer if it was maxed out, because then I could have possibly got into like live 4 for a bit, and that would have even given me more points. But I did get into live rank 6 for a little bit. Sat around live rank 7 for the most of the time. And that gave me a decent amount of points to be able to carry myself forward throughout the competition without really having to do much. And then I also made a decent amount of sales. All right, so I purchased that, what was it, 217.77. And I know Turnup was the last person to bid me up on it. I was also getting bid up by the one. It was originally, I think, listed for 150K, so got bid up almost 70K on it. But, pretty much as soon as I had it locked in to buy, like another 5 went up. And I'm like, man, they're getting the discount. They get a 70K discount. But the thing is, they also had to wait, a little bit longer than I did. And I was able just to hit it really hard and go and start climbing the leaderboard pretty quick. So that worked out. And then near the end, I was able to start making some businesses. And I actually did end up positive before even getting the prize pool. So I sold enough to make 180K vouchers, somewhere around there.
Nice.
Actually, we can switch over to my data sheet that I have here and show the prize tracker. So I do have the Bunny Hop Blitz prize tracker. So it was actually at 198.61 vouchers that I was in the positive here. So not too bad. These are all the sales that I did make. So if you missed my debrief, this is a quick little overview of what I did. Compared to the mid-season, you can see I spent quite a bit more for the mid-season, and I finished a lot worse during the mid-season competition. So yeah, we'll have to try the strategy once more. I think it worked pretty well. I still not the best at it, but I am getting better for sure. But really my goal was to try this, be able to make some sales early to recoup my cost initially, and then just sort of see where the points landed me. And thankfully the points did still keep me in the top 50. So that's pretty significant for me. That's 1.62 million vouchers. So what is that? 1,620 crow. So not bad at all for 1 week competition.
Pretty good. Good strategy is getting fine-tuned, huh?
Slowly getting fine-tuned. Still not able to do it like Fiend for Crow does. But, he also, I think, puts in a lot more effort than I do. For me, it's sort of like I wake up in the morning, look for a business, around noon time. Hopefully it gets cleared by about 3 o'clock. Depends. I mean, I think I started bidding on this business around 10:30 in the morning. So trying to get it to clear around like 2 o'clock for me so I could really start making a push. But, basically just make like a 5 to 6 hour push before the 10x day. And then just hope that I'm able to kind of coast throughout the 10x day with a pretty decent live rank. So, I mean, as minimal effort as I possibly can put in, I guess, at this point. And it's not for, lack of interest. It's just, I just don't have time to really dedicate as much as, somebody like fftbhacker has been putting in. Even like Dark Lows and, those guys, they play very regular and consistently. And I know like my plan has been to get a minimal play technique down pat, because I know once I'm back in the classrooms teaching, I'm not going to be able to tend to my game at all. Like I won't be able to play it. I can't really play the game and interact with the students at the same time. So, and obviously I need to prioritize students over playing main city. So,
But do you really? No.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, maybe we can get them into the expeditions on mobile.
There you go. Yeah. Then you can introduce it into the curriculum.
Exactly. And they get bonus points for running missions on my lands.
There you go.
But
it's getting the timing of your of the day when you're gonna push, right, to get those extra the points, right?
Yes, exactly. Because you don't. The hard part is like you want to still have a good enough bonus that's being applied to your businesses when you're in that live rank, to be able to also like catch up and naturally be in that live rank position. All right, because what happens with a lot of people is if they make this push and they're riding their attack bonus, which is like 1,500, 2,000%, something like that, and then as that they run out of people to attack and they haven't really secured that live position naturally, and they're still dependent on that booster, then their live rank starts to slow down. They're not getting as many points. There's just a few things that I'm still learning and getting better at doing as well. So that's lots of fun.
Yeah, that was definitely yeah. No, and that's a great point, because that was definitely something that I was bad at. It was at making sure that I would take advantage of the bonuses while they were still in the thousands. To that, like you said, to be able to, once the bonuses go down, you're already prestiging,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it was fun, like always. These are fun.
Yeah, no, it's a good time. I enjoy, and I mean, Bunny Hop Blitz is kind of a interesting one. I mean, it was a little late on the Easter uptake here. Started like almost a week after Easter. And
yeah,
that's why I know everybody's joking. It's like, oh, don't worry, we'll have the the skin for next Easter. It'll be delivered before next Easter, hopefully.
Right.
They'll probably get it to us in the next couple days, I would think. Like by Friday, we should have it. There's no excuse if they don't. I honestly thought they did a little update, right, to make it so that people can get into the competitions after clearing like the first checkpoint in the tutorial. So I didn't see, to me it was like, why didn't you just give us the skin at that time too? You're already pushing an update. Why couldn't you just add that as part of the update? But I don't know. I heard too, I was talking with Spooners, he said that there was some stuff in the background pertaining to mobile. So I think some of these bigger updates that take an hour when it's like making a minor change, a lot of it is pushing infrastructure for mobile and for expeditions. Expeditions should be coming out by the end of this month, and mobile's end of next month, so lots to do.
Yes, definitely. And they did mention in the Discord that they will probably be by the end of this week too, so hopefully you're right. Hopefully by the end of this week is when we'll get them dropped, because again, it's something new. It's any new things that are in the game. It's pretty exciting. We can make new X posts about it. We can put the pictures of the skins on the Discord. So they're definitely it definitely helps the game out when they put these prices out, and even if they're small or they seem small. But yeah, new skin. Who doesn't want to rock that and start showing off, right?
No, exactly. And it's for the cool cats. So everybody loves cool cats. Turn them into little bunny burrows.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I think it'll go well too. I mean, it'll be interesting because, I got like the monk skin and using the Museo one that comes from Jack and Jill. So getting these little bunny hills in there too kind of makes it more, I don't know, like a Aurora Wilds-esque kind of place, right? Bunch of rolling hills and tree forts and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the land that is like snowing and stuff. Yeah.
But okay. Do you got anything else that you want to talk about for the Bunny Hop Blitz? I think for myself, sales went pretty well. I think I did probably the best that I've done in a competition in recent times. And I was honestly surprised with how competitive the top 100 still was, despite the low prize pool and really the only bonus being a skin for being in the top 1,000, right? It's not like there was an extra skin for being in the top 100. So I was surprised as to how competitive the bidding was. I really didn't anticipate getting bid up as much as I did on that day, but it did seem like people were still full guns blazing, trying to get as good of a rank as they possibly could.
Yeah, it was probably the adrenaline from the last blitz was probably still in the air lingering.
Yes. Yeah, maybe. Everybody trying to get that pack payout, right?
Yeah, and I think I swapped it when it was like at 95, 94.
I should have swapped mine. I kept half of it and swapped the other half recently. I don't know if you saw that guy that popped into the Discord trying to sell some backpack and a wind turbine. So I just swapped it and I bought that stuff off of him. I was like, whatever. I needed another backpack anyways. Not like I needed it, but I was like, I'll take a rare, whatever. So swapped some of the pack and gave him some crow.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you spend yours on anything? Did you spend your pack? You swapped it. Did you to crow or USD?
I bought some land. No, I bought some lands. I bought 2 lands.
Right on.
One at 17 and the other one at 18, I think.
Nice. Yeah,
and then the rest I put it on my.
Get those extra bonus diamonds now, right?
Yeah. Especially, I think it was like right around the time that you made that video too, that you were talking about, like when you were putting the lands on that website where it tells you, and there's like the starters are still like some of the recommendations, and I was like, you know what, like it kind of makes sense because I don't have a lot of starters. Like I have a lot of dunes because it was like the first frontier,
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought a couple more lands, and I bought 2 arids, but that's just diamonds. And the rest I put it on my crypto.com card.
All right, on.
Like the other 50 bits. Yeah.
Go out and do some fast food or something. Get your grocery shopping or whatever with your crypto card.
Yeah, and get some crow cash back.
Exactly. No, that's nice. That's the one thing I'm kind of missing here. I don't use my credit card at all. So I'm missing out on all that cash back, especially now that crow's so low.
Yeah.
But
that's true. Stack it.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think that's all we got for the Bunny Hop Blitz. So let's just hop into discussing what we discussed with fftbhacker. So I'll do a quick scroll through all the questions. You can read the questions and answers. You can pause it if you want, but we'll stay on this main screen when we're actually discussing it. So let me just switch to the screen recording so you can see sort of what we're looking at overall. So we do have a fair amount. We've got a couple little personal questions here. We've got a couple of comp questions. And then we go through the comp questions, and then we did some questions pertaining more to normal mode, just to pick his brain a bit. So that's what we got all listed out here for you guys. And yeah, we'll just hop right into it. So what we'll be doing is I'm going to read the question and then I'll read the answer, and then DJ Orakle and I will sort of discuss it. So this section might be a little bit longer, but I think this is probably the best way for us to approach it. So the first question we asked him, just to get some personal information, so we, could put a little bit of a face or a person behind the legend here that's been dominating us in comp and in normal mode. So we asked him, what was your favorite movie? He said his favorite movie is The Matrix. And then we also asked about a favorite song. He doesn't really have a favorite song. He just listens to whatever's playing on the radio. We maybe should have expanded and asked about a genre, but I think he just listens to whatever. He's probably, listens to whatever his wife or kids are listening to, right? So, but yeah, I mean, Matrix, that's a great movie. I definitely enjoy that movie. So that's a good pick.
Yeah, definitely a classic right there. Definitely a classic. And it kind of shows like, I don't know, a Matrix person, a person that loves it. I mean, who doesn't love that movie? But a person that really says, oh, they could have said any other movie. But saying The Matrix is like, all right.
Yeah, exactly. You wonder, maybe he's trying to escape the Matrix as well. It's an interesting movie. I like it. But yeah, okay. Yeah. So then next up, we asked him about favorite hobbies and sports. So he does enjoy Frisbee. That's one of the sports that he likes to play. Maybe he plays like the Frisbee golf. But he also likes to hike and travel. And he enjoys spending his time with his family. I can share sentiments on all of those. I enjoy spending time with my family. Traveling's always fun. Hiking, being out in the outdoors is good. And Frisbee's a nice casual game, so I know I play that. It's an easy game to drink too. If you're out there having some beers with the boys, throw a Frisbee around.
That's true, especially like you said, the Frisbee golf. That's pretty fun too.
Yeah, I've never tried that, to be honest. Not like on an actual course, but like there's been people that have like set up, and you have like a hole, you move around and stick it in different spots to get different obstacles, but never like been to an actual Frisbee golf course. But
yeah,
it
I've
looks
only
fun.
been like busy. Yeah, it does look fun. And I think also this answer kind of confirms what you said about the radio. That is pretty much whatever the family, whatever the mood is at the time and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, family time, gotta love it.
I'm very much like that too. Like, I'm not a person to go and turn the radio on. But if somebody's like, hey, you want to listen to music? It's like, yeah, sure, whatever you want to, right? Like, I'm not too picky. The only time I actually like listen to music would be like if I'm in the car driving by myself, right? Then I'll put something on to listen to, because, I mean, I can take silence, but that's a mind-numbing silence when you're just like driving, through country fields, basically, just like, oh, there's another farm. Oh, another farm. It's just kind of boring. So put some music on. That's really the only time I listen to it.
All right. Yeah, I do Uber Eats. So I do half podcasts, half music, So I can like have some talking time and then some music time.
Yeah, podcasts and books are good too, right? Put those on and listen to a book or something like that. They're good for long road trips.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, so maybe we should have said that, huh? What do you like listening to? Maybe he would have said podcasts instead of songs or something.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, if you see him in the Discord, you could always ask him, right? But yeah, so then we asked him a little bit about like, how did you find out about ManeCity, the game? And he actually was minting First Frontier lands as well. I know I had minted one. That's how I first heard about the game. I did not get any luck. I got myself a Dune for $80. But, it's what got my foot in the door. I mean, when I played the first World Series, all I had was that one land. And I still ranked. I mean, I would have been top 500 if I didn't sell my businesses. And the way the leaderboard worked back then was a little bit different. But I think I was like under 550. I was like just outside of the 500s.
Nice.
But yeah, so his big issue was with playing was basically he was being prevented, or the paying was what prevented him from buying anything else. So maybe he had some issues with how what do you want to talk, like, you know,
Credit
how to
cards.
buy the actual NFTs. So maybe there was an issue with where his district is or something. So he didn't really start to play right away. But then he did get into it about a year and a half ago. And that's where, obviously, you know, now it took him about a year and a half to get to rank 1. So he's been doing pretty good ever since. Yeah, so he's a minter. He minted the first Frontier collection. That's how he originally got into the game. And I believe you did too, right, DJ? You were a minter from the start. I mean, you're a day 1 player too, right?
Yeah, I think I jumped in like a week later. No, it had to be a few days later. Yeah, definitely before the prestige requirements. So it really helped me to kind of like get up there. But yeah, I got introduced. I was introduced to the crypto, and I just saw the future in owning the lands. So yeah, I minted a few. I think it was like 2.
Right on. Yeah, I was
And it
still
was
like,
really saucy.
I was hesitant. I was like, I don't know, NFTs. Hard part is, like, you hear mainstream media, right? And they're like, oh, you're buying JPEGs. Congratulations, right? But then I started looking into these, and I was like, okay, I could see how the technology works. I'll gamble a little bit and buy one. I mean, $80 at that time was a lot to me, thinking about buying an NFT versus like crypto tokens. And now I would say my portfolio is probably more NFT heavy at this point, primarily because of the value that I have in main city NFTs. But I mean, I don't think I'd change it too much. Especially if I could start making some sales in main city.
Yeah, definitely get those business up. Start selling them when we get more players too.
Yes. Well, and now too,
Yeah,
we're going to be
definitely.
able to explore our lands, in some capacity at least. So, you know, we'll hopefully get some benefits from that. But yeah, I'm trying to remember when I actually started. It was like World Series 1. That was before Christmas, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm pretty sure, because like it started in September? They started the game, and I think I waited until like the end of October and like got in a month before the main competition started. Just because like I was always like, oh, it's gonna come out on mobile. Like it's basically already on mobile. The idiot I was. We're still waiting for mobile. So I was waiting for mobile, being like, oh, it's going to be out in no time. We'll get mobile before they do any major competitions. And then I heard them announce the actual, first World Series, and I was like, okay, no, I got to hop in now. So I bit the bullet, figured out how to get it all working on my computer, and yeah, haven't left since.
Nice. Yeah, at first I had no idea what I was doing, and shout out to that's when we did I think after we did the void, we had the factions, and we were in the Discord. That's when Meta kind of like helped me out. He asked the voids, if you want to kind of like show me your setup, and then I'll tell you, because I was working on too many businesses at once. So definitely my very first competition, I ranked. I didn't even make the top 1,000.
Oh, okay, yeah,
But I mean,
carrying too many businesses around with you.
yeah, I was just clicking away.
Yeah, it makes me wish I made videos back then so I could see what the heck I was doing. But I mean, it took me about a year, I guess, probably to get the confidence up to start making content like I, would actually know what I'm talking about, opposed to like, just being like, oh, hey, here's a progress update or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But sweet.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so then we get into some competition questions. So I think these might be the ones a lot of people are interested in, and then we will discuss the normal mode stuff afterwards. So that was a little bit about fftbhacker, his favorite movie, Matrix, song, not really any. And he likes frisbee, hiking, and traveling, plus spending time with his family. And he's an original minter, just didn't hop in right at the start. So with the competitions in mind, do you have a voucher budget for each competition? And if so, what do you base it off of? Is there like a specific prize rank or a value that you have? And then for what he had responded is that he usually has a value in mind, but he always seems to overspend on it. But with, much more with like the last competition when people are trying to fight for those early buys, that's where he ends up overspending, I think. So to me, that's saying like, he's got a budget of vouchers and it's sort of split between diamonds that he's purchasing as well as purchasing businesses off the marketplace. And, he ends up overspending when people keep bidding up right at the start, right? And I know there's people like Dazul, Flip, right? Razal Ghul. There's a few of those guys that like to buy up stuff right at the start as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like he wants to make sure that he gets the business that he wants, and then whatever else he gets on the blueprints, then he'll probably use to merge if he gets the same businesses. But he wants to secure those businesses off the market first. Huh?
Yes, yeah. We kind of get into that in one of the later questions here as well. So that's sort of what I'm getting from what he's saying there. And then what is a typical spend for diamonds? Do you do a lump sum at the start or do you buy throughout the competition? So when it comes to diamonds, I do a calculation for how much that I'll spend before the competition. The exact value, it's very different per competition is what he says, probably based on prize pool and stuff like that as well. He probably takes into calculation, but it's usually based on a base target for an imbuing level and whether he's going to be able to sell stuff on the market. So those are the two big factors. He's got imbuing levels, which we didn't ask what he tries to strive for, unfortunately. But he also talks a little bit about the markets, right? And we know he sells quite a bit, anything, and he usually sells a couple below his current prestige. So you can see a lot of businesses on the market, and you can guess that they're probably from him. But it also depends on how many top players there will be that are fighting for the podium. So I think he's got a whole calculation going on based on like the imbuing as well as the businesses that he plans to be able to sell on the market. Probably also depending on how many top players he sees fighting for a podium position. Then he knows how many businesses he can probably sell.
Yeah, to kind of like make sure that he stays with a good gap that he might not get caught up all of a sudden.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to keep that couple prestige gap just so that, and it makes sense too, because like if you're building a business 2 prestige lower than you, it doesn't really cost you that much gold, right? It's just the diamonds. So it's not really affecting his city progress as well. And he's also able to make something that, somebody like myself or yourself would be interested in buying.
Yeah, and also it also makes sense that he'll invest in imbuing the business to have that permanent bonus. Because being at 1, you kind of like run out of targets to attack, right?
Yes,
so
yeah,
it's better
exactly.
to kind of secure a permanent through the imbuing.
Yeah, because you're not. You maybe have like 2 easy targets to attack, 3 maybe, depending on which factions. And if I think he just attacks anybody. I don't know if he's really sold into a faction. Maybe that could have been a question we should have asked him, but I think we can tell by how he just sort of flip-flops back and forth. But yeah, so based on what is your base generation for diamonds? So this was a big one just to give everybody a ballpark of where he's at. So his diamond generation at the start of a competition is between 50 and 60 million. So that's pretty crazy. I know I'm at, I think like 38 to 42, somewhere in that range. So he's got a significant amount more than what I do. What's your diamond gen? Do you remember at the start?
I think I start like at 32.
Yeah,
like at 32. I'm in normal mode. I'm at 40, I think. So when I start on regular mode, I think it's like at 32, 33.
Right on, which is still good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, because like even at if you just had arids and 1 starter for each land, I think you're at like 20 million at the start of the comps. 18 to 20 mil, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. Which still gives you pretty good amount of room. I'm pretty sure you could still get into the top 1,000 with those, right? And it's free. You get your free skin, skin, or if they have any more prices for the top 1,000.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
especially
just
when
getting
you were
those
getting the
areas.
NFTs, right? That was a nice bonus. You could easily get in there without any NFTs, right? Just like
Mhm.
have full sets of arids, which you can get by prestige like 80, right? By the time you hit prestige 80, you're already generating enough gold to be able to buy all of the arids that you need that don't cost vouchers.
Nice, nice. All right, guys, if you are at 80 and you don't have all your airheads, make sure you get on it.
Oh, a little side note before we get on to the next question. Do you see that guy that was live streaming he wanted to live stream? He posted his link in the Discord.
Yes, yes. And I went to the stream and I saw it when he was like conversating with you. And man, I even made a comment. I'm like, bro, I'm so glad that that our week put you on game.
Yeah, I know, because that comes back to the arids. He had like none of the arids bought on any of the other regions, and I was like, dude, you have 8 million diamond gen. What's going on here? Like you're prestige 140 or 150 or something like that. So, yeah, we got him set straight there. He went through for like almost half of the stream there, just buying arids and chatting. It was good.
He was so excited too, because who doesn't like to see their diamond gem go up, right? Even
Yeah,
when I bought those two lands.
yeah, because he hit like 25 by the end of that. So he went from like 8
Oh,
to
really?
25. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I forgot why I wasn't able to like keep watching the whole video, but yeah, I saw when you were like telling them about the areas, and I'm like, all right, look at you. And I'm also glad that he's making content. Just anybody that brings ice to the game is a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it, right? More people making content, and I mean, we'll get into a little bit of the disappointment that I have upcoming with the new update, but just I don't think it's going to be a good content creating aspect to the update. But anyways, let's continue through these questions. So, do you stack attacks first to get the best rate to buy diamonds? And if so, what percentage are you looking for? So this is a little unknown thing. I know a lot of players that even compete at a decent competitive level don't really know this, but your diamond rate is based on your diamonds production, in the sense that like if you have a lot better diamond bonus, right, the percentage through aerial bombardments, when you convert vouchers to diamonds, you can actually get a better conversion rate. So the higher your bonus, the more bonus diamonds you'll get when you purchase diamonds with vouchers. So that's what we were kind of trying to ask. And yes, he stacks attacks, and that's why he buys the diamonds at the very beginning, right? So like we were asking last time, do you buy them throughout, or is it a lump sum at the start? The lump sum at the start, because he's stacking his diamond bonus through aerial bombardment to be able to purchase the most amount of diamonds for the least amount of vouchers. So he doesn't remember an exact bonus that he tries to target, but with the average, he's saying he can usually hit about 14 to 15 attacks, right? Because we are able to hit for about 5 hours now. So you can stack about 14 to 15 attacks, and if the average is around 10 or 14 with the bonus being 10, you could get upwards of like 140, 150% bonus. So that's pretty significant, right? And that would take him from, if he's at 150% bonus, that brings him from, let's just say 50 million diamonds up to like 120 million for his diamond generation, right? So that's pretty wild.
Yeah, definitely. And it is a good point that you bring up, that maybe a lot of people didn't know that one, because at least for me, I don't really buy diamonds, so I knew it from before, but I didn't keep it. It's not information that I kept like in the front of my mind. So it's good to bring it up, for everybody. Yes, the bigger your bonus when you're attacking on the aerial bombardment, the better your conversion of vouchers to diamonds. So that's it's pretty.
Yeah,
That's
because
pretty good.
I'm
Good
like
one right
you, I
there.
don't buy diamonds, right? Like, not normal, not in comp. I bought diamonds once, and that was to unlock the marketplace back when it was like purchase a certain amount. And that's when I learned about that technique. Was somebody had mentioned like just stack a bunch of aerials and then buy a little bit of diamonds. I think I bought like 200 crow worth of diamonds to unlock it, and you, what was it at that point, you needed 500 million.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only reason I had ever bought diamonds. Then they changed the whole thing again, and it was literally the last comp that they had allowed you to unlock it that way. It's like, man, I wish I would have done this at the start. I could have been selling some of the stuff I was pulling and be able to make some crow, but I mean, hindsight, right?
Yeah, the game kind of like moves fast, so some of the benefits don't last too long. The cost of the boosters, the cost of the attacks, you know.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, I'm like you. I'm like you. I only bought diamonds to open the market as well.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know about this hack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I saw it. Somebody had mentioned it because like I had always been like a proponent of like, guys, we need like an in-game activity that allows you to unlock it, right? And that's where I used to say, like, think about it. If we did 1,000 daily roar rolls to be able to unlock the market, right? At least that's like, well, that's like 3 months, I think, worth of daily roar, right? So it's like you have to commit to your city and every day doing all of your roars, like your roar rolls, to be able to unlock the market. And that was the free way that I was always recommending. But now they've got the, linking and stuff like that. But that's when somebody had mentioned, oh, just do the attacks, stack up a bunch of attacks, and then you'll be able to buy diamonds for cheaper. So I did that, and it worked.
Nice.
But yeah,
right.
so speaking of pushing, which is, sort of what you're doing by pushing your attack boost up as high as possible. Our next question was like, how long do you like to wait before making your push to the top? So with he said there's no exact timing, but it's basically determined by the initial market overbidding. So he's watching the market, and I think too, part of it comes in that he needs to secure the businesses that he's going to use to push, right? The ones that he wants. And so depending on how much market activity at the start there is, it could either delay it because he's still bidding on businesses that he needs, or if it's not very active, then it sounds like he's able to make a push a bit earlier.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That he's trying to get the right setup that he's gonna use.
Yes.
For that push. So depending on how active people are outbidding him, then that's until he's got to wait to secure those businesses.
Yes, yeah. And so we asked him next to follow up is like, so while you're waiting, like, what are you doing? And really at the beginning, that's what he is doing, is he's purchasing and spending a lot of time or all of his time on the market, trying to bid up and get the businesses that he wants.
Mm-hmm. So he has confirmation that he's stacking those diamonds while he waits for the market to for his bids to end.
Exactly. But interestingly enough, so our follow-up question to that was like, so how many big businesses do you use to make your initial push to rank 1? Now, what he says, every competition, he has a different business setup and a different number of businesses. He's basically saying like he needs to be flexible and be able to adapt to the situation on the market, right? So say if he's trying to get, maybe he wants to run like an arcade or whatever, right? And the arcades are just constantly getting bid up. So then he might just switch focus and be like, okay, I'm just going to get a bank, go for the banks, right? So I think that's what he's saying is like, he's not focused on like, I need a bank, I need to get it to quality 6, and then I need a Felice, and I need to get it to quality 8, right? And then I'm ready to push, right? He doesn't do that. He seems to like play around enough where it's like, okay, if the motors are getting bid up, I'm not going to go with the motor. I'm going to switch over and I'm going to go with the bank. Oh, the Felices are getting bid up. Well, let's see what's going on with the museos, right? Sort of play that route, right? And then build a city around what he can get for the cheapest price, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It sounds like maybe he's instead of thinking of a specific business like a museum, he might be thinking like, I need 1 legendary, I need 2 epics, so more of that. than a specific business.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where, our follow-up question to this was, what is your favorite business to use, right? Do you like the Felice and Bank, or do you have something else that you do? And then he said, basically, anything rare, epic, or legendary, if I can buy it, I'm happy. I really don't care. So that's what it's coming down to, right? Like, he's just looking for any rare or epic or legendary, whatever he can buy to get a high quality, I think, is sort of what he's prioritizing. And then we had asked, like, do you change your setup much, or do you use the same businesses for every competition? And that's where, again, like he said, I need to be flexible and adapt to the situation of the market.
Yeah, so it kind of confirms that he says, I need me some, rare, epic, legendary, like whatever the market gives.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Whatever I can pull out of the market that's not getting bid up too much. I understand that. So then we talked a little bit about the actual quality. So our question was, what is your target/optimum quality for a 1-week competition? And is the quality requirement the same for a major competition like the mid-season competition or the World Series competitions as it is for the Blitz? So now he said it depends on the situation. If he's racing for the rank with someone else, then he's going to try to get the higher quality, I think. But in some situations, he's okay with a quality 5, right? So to me, quality 5's already like, wow. I don't even use quality 5s normally in competitions, and he's like, I'm okay with a quality 5. But, sometimes I require a quality 6 or more. And I'm just like, man, I'm lucky to get a quality 4. Like, so...
Right. So that's when we know the different levels, because it's also the diamonds. It's not just I need the businesses. You also need the diamonds for the mergings.
Yes, exactly, right? And think about how many times you probably fail a quality 4, quality 5, quality 6 merge, right? So he's burning through businesses
and diamonds.
Oh yeah,
because once you get up to like merging to quality 6, forgot what the cost is for the diamonds, but. They higher the merge, they higher the cost, right?
Yeah, so to attempt a quality 6, it cost you 48 million.
There you go.
So
48 million.
And it's a total total of 20 or 240 million just to get there, with all of the other attempts added up.
Yeah, that's a good stack right there.
So that's a lot.
So like you said,
a lot of diamonds.
Yeah.
And if you fail it, there goes that 240 million diamonds that you built that guy up for. And now you have to build another quality 5 to attempt a quality 6. So, no, it's insane. Like I said, like I'm happy if I got if I had a quality 5, I'd be ecstatic. But I don't even attempt. I think last time I was quality 3 on my motors, and I was happy with that. So, minimum quality 5 is what he's saying, is what he uses. So that's some serious power.
And I usually use a bazaar, and I usually bring it to at least quality 5, but that's because it's a uncommon business, so that they're not that expensive.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I do have here. We can take a quick look at an interesting stat. So let's just take a look at, here are your main businesses, right? We've got your the bank, the Museo, Main Motors, the Leisureopolis, and the Apex. And let's just put them at Prestige 2, and you could see, should be able to. Let's just put them at Prestige 15 so we can get into the normal numbers. So you can see the difference between like a quality 1 here, right, and then at a quality 6, they've went up an entire integer basically here. So a huge jump up when you look at the differences between the maximum potential actual gold that can be generated from these businesses. And you can see the jump up for the epics sort of happen, or the legendaries happen at quality 4. But yeah, that's some significant power.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was able to get in this last blitz my bazaar up to quality 6. So that was pretty good.
Sorry, I was showing something. I
But yeah,
forgot that the screen was not recording, so I'll just pop it up there now so you guys can kind of see here. This is a quality chart that I've put together based on Prestige 15. You can see quality 1's max is somewhere around the 19, E to the 19, whereas when you get up to quality 5 and quality 6, even at quality 4 for the legendaries, you start to hit your extra integer there. So that's where you can see how much extra gold generation he's getting above something that's a quality 1 or quality 2.
yeah, quality is definitely a one of the keys for the game overall.
Oh, most definitely. And that's one of the things that I am not the best at understanding either, which is why I tried to put together that chart. But yeah, I need to get better with, I guess, maybe a little bit more risk tolerant to be able to purchase businesses, to merge and just do that. That would probably help me out with my time to prestige. But speaking of which, do you want to comment lastly on that, and then we'll talk about...
I was going to say, I think you hit it on the nail. I think you have to increase your risk tolerance.
Yes, it's very low right now.
And your positivity, because it seems like you're going expecting to fail.
Well,
and that's why it's not so encouraging for you.
That way I'm already preemptively setting myself up for the disappointment, so when it succeeds, I'm extra happy. But if it fails, I'm already ready for that.
There you go. I expect them to fail, but I'm still happy all around, I guess. Because even when I fail, I'm like, it was another quality 6. Burned into the air.
Goodbye. Goodbye, all those businesses.
Yeah, so I guess I got immune.
Yeah, you're just numb. That's the thing. You're just numb to failure. Yeah. Just like, it's just another quality 7. Whatever, I'll build another one.
Yeah. For real.
No, so that's it. I was going to say, so speaking of leveling up to the next prestige, that was our next question. We were curious to how high he levels up a business once he does hit the next prestige. And he was saying it's something between 300 and 420. But it really, he's factoring for calculations that include the number of businesses he has, income bonus for the businesses, plus the max level of every business. And there's a few other things that he takes into account when he's calculating where to leave a specific business, right? So for me, it's just I level up my cool cats to 310 so that they're easier to level up to 610 when I'm ready to bring them up to the next prestige, right? And I push my other businesses basically to 100 out from 100x out from being max level to go up to the next prestige. But he's got a lot more in-depth calculations to determine exactly where he's going to leave a business, and it depends on how many businesses he's running, the incomes on that business. So if you've got imbued or a skin or something like that, I would think. And then, of course, the max level is very important.
Yeah, because the max level, let's say for a den, that's only 520. When you start getting closer to those levels, they get a lot more expensive because you're gonna hit that 520 as opposed to something that the cats that is 610 or some other ones that are up there. It's not gonna be as expensive when you get to the level 400. But for the den, it is a little expensive, so I leave the den a little bit lower.
Yeah, I usually leave the dens 10 to 20 lower than a Leo & Co. Just because the Leo & Co.'s got that extra 30 levels, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and the cats, I do it at 300 just because it's 3 clicks. Tick, tick, tick. But that goes to show why he's at number 1, because there's a lot of more calculations than just a typical, let me just do it to this level, let me just do it to that level.
Yeah, exactly. We'll pull this one question up as well. So one of the last questions we asked him, but I'll bring it in since we're discussing leveling, and it was pertaining to what his leveling preference is. All right, so everybody's aware you got the 1x, the 10x, the 100x, and the forbidden max button. But we were just curious, like, what do you prefer to use? So he said on his two main businesses, right? So he runs two mains and in normal mode, and also his main businesses in comp. So he probably runs, the way he's wording it there, I would assume he's running maybe 3 to 4 main businesses in comp. He didn't really divulge that completely, but he will 1x. So he does the 1 clicks for his main businesses, and then everything else is either a 10 or 100. So I assume Cool Cats, he's probably 100xing, right? They're not adding to, especially a quality 1 Cool Cat versus a quality 6 Museo or a quality 6, bank. Like, the thing's making the decimal of the bank, basically, right? So you might as well just 100x it. It's not really contributing to the city, but if you've got something like a bank or a museo or your Felice, right, and they're high quality, you're doing those 1x's.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. If the quality is high too, you want to take advantage of the odds.
Yeah.
Of more clicks rather than leave it up to a few clicks.
Well, that's why it surprised me. You're doing 100x's on your Cool Cats, huh?
Yeah, because like you said, it's not really even it's just pretty much for prestige, for requirements.
Yeah.
I don't do it for when I first started the competition. That I do the 10x,
Okay.
just because I'm trying to use anything to get to prestige 1, right?
Yes, yeah. No, I remember the first video I think I ever saw of yours, and I was the one that commented, be like, man, watching you do these 1 clicks is like, I forget what exactly I said, but it was just like, and then you're like commented back being like, hey, gotta do those 1x's, and I was just like, man, he's doing 1x's on everything. Cool Cats, like, I thought it was hilarious. But
yeah, me too. I was just thinking about that the other day. I didn't even remember it was you, but I remember I was like, man, I remember somebody telling me, man, just use the 10 or even the 1. No, you said use the 1. No, use at least use the 10. You're gonna take forever. I forgot what it was, but I was like,
that was like over a year ago. I'd be like almost 2 years ago, I think. Forever ago. But yeah, I remember that. That's why it was funny because I heard you when you said you're doing 100x's now. I was like, oh, he's changed. For the religious, just 1x.
Yeah, but it was like it's it for the main businesses.
Yeah, no, still do the 1x for the main businesses, but I mean, I used to not. I would do rounded out and then 10x's, but that was back when I had one of every business, right? And so running them, it didn't matter if you were doing a 10x or a 1x because you had another business that could roll better, right? And you just had so much income coming in. It was just the diamonds that was slowing you down, right? But now it's like, okay, we got to be specific with the income clicks because now it's the gold that slows us down or the cash.
Yeah.
And then the last question we asked him that was related to competition is, are you often in the negative, or do sales and your prize pool keep you at a net positive on vouchers? Any guesses? Oh, he's positive. Yeah, that's where the budgeting and everything comes into play, right? So he's budgeting to make sure he ends up positive. So yeah, in the end, he is net positive. So thank you to all of us plebeians that purchase businesses off of him. We keep him positive.
Right. Yeah, but at least it's a good investment on the placements, in our placements, right? Instead of just having to do the prestige, especially like different strategies, So yeah, shout out to the seller.
Yeah.
Shout out to the distributor.
Exactly. Hey, he's definitely selling lots. I mean, I'm pretty sure even, what was it in, was it the Wolfies one? No, the mid-season competition. I'm pretty sure I bought the Felice off of him as well as something else. So I bought a few things. I've bought a few things off of him. He's usually definitely selling high quality, good businesses. But I see they're starting to lower the level of them, so they're not right there at the max level.
Yeah, I know he was for the mid-season. He was buying a lot of my Cineplex, so he must have had a really good quality on his Cineplex for mid-season.
Okay. Yeah, I honestly
Yeah.
feel like he just buys a lot of everything, and then whatever he can get to the highest quality is what he runs with. And then just sell
Yeah,
whatever else,
probably.
right?
Yeah, and it goes back to what he said about the market. So you're right. He probably just bids on everything, and whatever gets the most out of it is just gets the quality.
Yeah.
Gets up in the quality.
And if he fails the quality 5 attempt on a Felice but gets it on a bank, well, he's going with the bank then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, quality is a
Quality is
major
important,
component. Mm-hmm.
which is why he's running some high quality businesses in normal mode, right? So yeah, transitioning with that over to some normal mode questions. The first one we asked him was, what motivated you to push for rank 1 in normal mode? Was it the bragging rights or was it the rank bonus? So he really wanted it for the bonuses for competition, right? Like if we go and take a look here at the bonuses that you're able to get, just switch over to screen recording. You can see here that he's getting an extra, 2% above Dazul and 4% above Meta at rank 3, and then 6% above everybody else in the top 10, right? And he's getting 7% above me as just a ranking bonus. And this applies to your cash, your diamonds, and your furniture XP. So this lets him level up faster. This lets him gain diamonds even quicker, making his buying of diamonds more powerful, as well as a 10% on your cash. That's pretty significant at the start. So that was his main focus for pushing up into rank 1, just to be able to get that extra 2% above the other guys.
Yeah, it does. And that goes for all of us. If you feel like there's no reason to move up on the leaderboard, well, guess what? There is, because those bonuses transfer from the regular leaderboard, normal mode, to competition. So that's a great point right there.
Yeah, there's a few things that carry over from normal to comp that, things like some of the achievements, the ranking bonuses, stuff like that. And also division, right? So if you're in the Division 1, you can get an extra attack and an extra booster, right? Same with Division 2, Division 3. As you level up, you can get those extra bonuses and they carry over to comp. But yeah, he also wrote us a little bit of a story here, I guess, around why he did the full push. So he was actually fine with just taking rank 2. He really wasn't pushing meta too much. But then Lion Sentinel, he was just using Secura boosts, just hanging around in rank 2 until Lion Sentinel started to push for rank 2. So that's when he had to start to defend by increasing the quality of his main businesses, and then started doing regular drop downs. Right, so you'll see he'll do drop downs still, I think. But yeah, he was fine with just taking rank 2. I mean, 8% still good over the 10%, right? But when he saw that he was going to get pushed out because Lion Sentinel was pushing, sounds like that's when he made the main big push, and then he started to distance himself from meta. He started to close the distance, the gap between him and meta, with the increased quality and the regular drop downs, that eventually he was able to overtake meta, and then he just kept going. So surprisingly, there was no bragging rights. There wasn't like ambition to get a skin, made after his accomplishment for making it to Division 3. It was really just the ranking bonus that he wanted. So, but he's got some pretty cool little achievements out of it, right? He's going to get the mid-season competition, and also Division 3, first person to Division 3 business skins. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they put together for those 2 major accomplishments.
Yes, definitely. And it shows the natural competitive spirit that I guess all of us have, right? Because it's like, I'm okay here until I see somebody else trying to take over, and then I go, oh no, now it's a competition.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
It's
pretty
like,
good
oh, I
story.
don't want to get kicked out of this rank, so I better push a little bit more. Which actually, where is
Yeah,
Lion
yeah.
Sentinel now?
She's at 11. I was
Oh,
just
okay.
asking myself the same question. She's at 11.
Yeah, he's now we got the Zool or Diesel, I think that's how he pronounces it, chasing. But he's far. All right, he just hit into rank or into Division 2. Or sorry,
Mhm.
Division 3. So
Division 3?
yeah. So he's at 6.73 million, and fftbhackers at 6.73 little q. So a lot of work for him to do there. But yeah, good luck to Dazul then if he's gonna try chasing rank 1. And
Yeah, I
then
wonder why Meta hasn't moved up divisions.
he's still not quite there, I don't think. Right, he's only at CK. Oh, there we go. So
Oh,
let me flip it over so you can see. So he is still doing his drop downs. You can see he's out of rank 1 at the moment. So Dazul's taking rank 1 for a few seconds until fftbhacker does pop back up. And that's where we're talking about the regular drops downs. He's probably doing it every 21 minutes. I think my cooldown's 21 minutes or something like that. So it's important.
yeah. Yeah, I started doing drop downs too because I was getting stuck with this guy, Moro.
Yeah, Moro.
And Moro, yeah. And he finally stopped attacking me.
Yeah, I remember he
and
used to
then,
attack me a bit too. He's got no allegiance.
Yeah.
He just attacks everybody.
Yeah, so I said, you know what? I'm going to try to try to make a gap. But yeah, I guess it goes to competition too because he sees me pushing and then he starts pushing too.
Yeah, exactly. He's pushing right beside you, right? That's where you almost have to spend some significant vouchers to get yourself something to really build up to, right? And that's when you can overtake people. Doing a little bit of drop down and also have a big powerhouse. But yeah, so speaking of a typical day, that was our next question that we were discussing with him, just to see exactly what he does as a typical day. And what is his favorite part of Main City that keeps him engaged. So his typical day does consist of drop-down attacks, hunting the cubs, the daily missions, and of course, checking in on the calendar. But the engaging part is really the attacks, right? So the other parts are done in a couple minutes, right? Aside from the cubs, you gotta be signed in at a specific time. The daily missions take next to no time, clicking on the calendar and whatnot. So it really is the drop-down attacks that's keeping him engaged. And then the other part is the Discord and the community discussions. And he also gave us a little shout out here. He likes both of our videos, so he enjoys being able to watch what we put out. So he said thanks for that. And then he also spends a lot of time on market, trying to push the boundaries of the game, right? So he's been increasing qualities. He buys a lot of Cineplexes. Like he bought up pretty much all of the Cineplexes for like the last 9 months to attempt a quality 10, which he he achieved that quality 10, right? Not tripping.
I think he did.
Yeah, so he's got
I think he did.
because I remember, and then he posted a picture of a bank at quality 9, which is insane too. So yeah, he's got some insane qualities on his businesses. And then the other part that he really likes is the math formulas and the Excel spreadsheets. So he really likes putting those together to help him better his game.
Yeah, and when I read that is when I kind of like it confirmed my like kind of like the suspicion that most of the people that do really really well are the people that are keeping their beats together. They're writing things down, their numbers down. Then somebody who's a little better than average, like myself, that I kind of know when to click, know my levels, know when to log in, know when to boost, know when to attack, but I don't really keep records of things. So that's like literally that's why this game is kind of like a tycoon style. Like people that are up there is people that are running like a real business. So yeah, I'm gonna start keeping track on these next competitions.
Yeah, definitely worth having an Excel spreadsheet if you don't have one. I know I sent you over mine so you can work with that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, it gives you at least a starting point. Customize it however you want. But it can be confusing. It took like almost a week reformatting it because everything was just like everywhere. Right? It was just all over the place. But I know where it was, right? Because I'm used to using it. So
Right.
I didn't have to make it for somebody else to use. But then when it was like, hey, can I use yours? I had to, a couple people ask about it. So I was like, yeah, okay. I'll try to clean it up so you're not so confused. Probably still confused.
You had to decipher it.
Yeah, it took me a bit even to decipher and be like, okay, where's this best placed? But an Excel spreadsheet with the math formulas in it and some of the major information that you get from, like the playbook put into an Excel formula, it helps out quite a bit just to visualize and give you that input of like, okay, if I change this number or increase the quality, how much better is this business, right? And it just helps you put those numbers into your head a little bit.
Yeah, and we have a lot of community members that are like that. Like, yeah, I know Curious likes to run numbers. I know Pampa likes to run numbers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a good game for number people.
It is. It's a big number game for sure. All right. So next question. So you managed to take rank 1 in less than a year, right? So he had really been playing for like about a year. To really come up and take rank 1. So do you have any advice for players that are looking to climb the leaderboard? So he said, on getting yourself into a good rank, part of it is money and investments, right? So you're going to have to buy your NFTs, buy businesses, build a strategy around that. Because, if you're not purchasing something to build into, you're going to be on that long grind of like slowly climbing the leaderboard. Whereas being able to level up fast is getting that money invested. So he commented on the 3 different strategies that I had put out. So if you saw my Conquering Division 0 strategy video, he said that I did a good job breaking down the different strategies for the divisions. But one thing that I did miss, which I guess I kind of missed, but I didn't really comment on it. And what he's saying is one of the most important things is the investment of time, right? Like you can't just go into the game and expect to be able to buy your way to rank, 10, right? Like there's still, placing furniture, doing all of the stuff that needs to be met to get to those prestige requirements for you to be able to even get to those ranks, right? So it's that amount of time, the investment that goes into it. That's also extremely important, and my side comment here is that investment of time that you're putting in is helping you learn the game. And that's where you're going to start to be a lot better is once you start to understand the game more, you're going to be a lot more proficient player and making better decisions with your limited vouchers as you play.
Yeah, that's so true. And it comes back to like what I always say when people just say, oh, people just buy in. You can't just buy a high prestige business and place it and then win. Like you said, the perfect example is you still gotta grind that mansion,
Yes, exactly. Right. You can't just buy a full set of cool cats and expect to be in Division 1 in like an hour, right? You need to, still do all of the stuff in the mansion to meet the avatar levels, to start generating the cash, to be able to, do all that stuff. And then you finally meet the prestige requirements to say that they are max level cool cats. Then you can promote something. And then you're in, it still takes you a while. And then the diamonds to generate, right? So there's just a lot more. Buying your arids, those are important. You got to do that. And there's no cheat to, get around purchasing them unless you want to buy diamonds as well. And so, yeah, there's a lot of the time investment. And that's where it's like, I've been trying to stress it with my girlfriend. It's like you have 8 hours of offline income collection, meaning you need to at least check it every 8 hours to be able to keep the collection generating, right? Otherwise, then you're missing out on diamonds, you're missing out on cash, right? So it's things like that. Know your offline income collection window and making sure you're still checking in as best as you can, right? If you've got 4 hours, I don't expect you to wake up in the middle of the night to play Main City. Have I done something like that? Yes, I have. I would have my laptop going, and I would just click it on and check every like 3-4 hours, do a daily roar spin, and back when I had no backpacks and stuff like that. So, but those are important things. The time investment is a very important aspect, right beside the amount of money you're going to put into it. So, very important.
Yeah, because one of the things to even do, it's also checking the market. Like there's times where for some reason the market's not so active, and you can pull off some really good deals.
Yes, very true. So, yep, just put the time in, learn the game, and develop your own strategy. So then our next question was about skins. Figured let's just see what his favorite skin was. His 3 favorite skins are the Wolf Swap Bank skin, the Synthtopia Synthetics, or I guess just Synthtopia in general, their Cineplex skin, and he also likes Meta's Leo skin. So we can flip over. I'll show you guys which ones those are in the screen recording. But they are pretty nice. I just don't want to buy them for the price that they're at. So there's Meta's skin. Meta CFO, Leo & Co. Gives you a 2% skin bonus. And then we have the Wolf Den, which is the Wolf Swap Bank, and it gives you 4.5. And then the Synthtopia Space Power Vault for the Felice Cineplex. And it looks pretty cool with the little whale and everything. And that's at 75k, and you get a 4.5. So yeah, not too bad. Those are his 3 favorites. I think if I were to say for my favorite out of all of the ones that you have to buy, I do like Meta's. I think Meta's is pretty cool with how his lion sort of hovers over top of it, and it kind of looks like something you would see in like a space type game, right? Or like a moon base, basically, right? Like something that you'd see on the moon. It's all like enclosed with like airlocks and stuff like that. It kind of looks cool. Something very futuristic. Which one's your favorite out of them?
That's what I was thinking of. I think the one for the museum, the Raz Kazan.
Okay, yeah.
I really, really like that one. And the Home Sweet Hut for Christmas.
And the Home Sweet Hut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the free ones, well, I guess
the diner.
Technically the other one's not like free. Razkazan or Razkazan. It's not really a free one. You have to own an NFT. I do really like that. I do love the Ishin Zen Garden. I think it looks super cool.
Yeah, that one too. Of the ones to buy, the Thanos Pride Mansion is pretty nice. And the Capybara, it's also pretty cool. But it's just so expensive, though. I think it was the first skin to drop, no? I think.
Which one? You said Santa's Pride Mansion. Yeah, it's kind of cool with the giant Santa lion there. And then, which one was it? The Soken Bara?
Yeah, Soken Bara Lagoon.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that this one's so much more expensive. Like it's an equivalent to Meta's, right? Well, I guess not. It's 4.5%, and Meta's is only 2, which is weird. Why is whatever? I guess whatever. Don't matter.
I think I'm saying when it first came out, you know how when first things come out, they're like super expensive.
Yeah.
Kind of like when the iPhone first come out and things like that. Oh, very first skin.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, I'm waiting for them to crash in price. Like they already brought down the Lions holding one from 500k down to 300. So I'm just waiting for it to be 30k and I'll pick it up.
There you go.
I mean, to me, I like the look of the original businesses, so I don't really need to like override them. Yeah, the skins look really cool, but I mean, are they worth, 50k vouchers to get a 2.5% bonus on my Cool Cat? I don't think so.
Right. No, not at all. It's more cosmetic, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So I just I'll wait. I like getting the free ones. Still waiting on that free one from the last competition. So once we get that, we'll be laughing.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we'll finish off the questions here. We got a couple more that we had asked, and then we can get on to looking at the article for the Dev Diary. So what, or do you have a favorite PFP or avatar collection? So either partner or CDC owned. So he said for his favorite CDC ones, he likes the Loaded Lions and the Dark Lions. Makes sense. The Dark Lions definitely give you some significant boost in attacking power. And, I mean, who doesn't love a Loaded Lion, right? And then outside of that, he does like the Jack and Jills. He likes the art over the government, or not the overall governance of this one. And with the art from Jack and Jill, the artist is genius. So shout out to him. He's also got stuff going on with the Crazy Monsters to make a metaverse. So if you haven't checked out The Verse, it's pretty cool. Definitely look into that. It's on X. But he also did the Psycho Kitty collection as well. So he's the artist, I believe, behind that. So those are the two that he likes for art wise. But Jack and Jill being the partner that's in Main City. And I do like the Jack and Jill collection too. I'm repping that right now as my PFP. If you saw, got a chain gang. Dude, he's pretty cool. But yeah, what about yourself? What's your favorite collection, would you say, DJ?
I like the cows. And I think Jack and Jill's. Those Jack and Jills are really nice too.
Yeah, I do. I like the Jack and Jills. I think. I don't know. Let me see. So what do we got for collections? Loaded Lions, Cyber Cubs, Dark Lions, Mystery, Cretan Monks, Crazy Monsters, Ishans. I like the Ishan Revengers. They're pretty cool. The Cows Gone Mad are also pretty cool. I've got one that I really like. Jack and Jill. I'm not the biggest fan of the synthetics, but maybe it's because of the art style on them. And the Brave badges are, I would say, probably between synthetics and Braves are kind of the weakest ones for me. Just because, like, the Braves are not really like an avatar. It's sort of just like a repeated badge. But they give some good bonuses. So I don't mind them. And then the last collections, the Wolfies and the Bold Tigers. I really like the Bold Tigers. I got one that has the Main City shirt on it. And I really like that one.
Yeah, after I pulled down the drop line of the collections and I saw the Bold Tigers, I was like, oh yeah, those Bold Tigers are definitely really nice. Monsters, I don't know, I got a thing for monsters. I keep minting monsters. I think I have like 35 now.
Oh, I have let me see, 80. I have 80 Crazy Monsters.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I have so many of them.
Okay.
I just went crazy the one day.
I really like a Crazy Monster.
I think I minted 30 this one time.
You went crazy when?
They had a mint incentive going on, and there was a push, and I minted like 30, and then somebody came in and minted like 5 right behind me and minted a legendary. I was like, no. That was supposed to be my legendary. I was minted for that one. But, oh well. But yeah, I love the Crazy Monsters. I do like them as well. They would probably they're up there in like the top 3 for sure. Jack and Jill, I would say Jack and Jill. Oh, it's hard because I also I like them all. The Cretan Monks are pretty cool. I love my legendary Cretan Monk. The Ishan Revengers are pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Cows Gone Mad I like. There's a couple cows that I got that I really love. So there's so many good collections. But yeah, if I were to say like my favorite of them, would be probably between Bold Tigers, Jack and Jill, and Cretan Monks right now. I just find that the artwork of them, it'd probably be Jack and Jill. I think because they're the newest, and I love my museum, man. You know I love the Museo de Leon.
Yeah, definitely.
So
the NFT would go hand in hand of loving them.
Exactly. I mean, they give me a dope skin, and I got it boosted up to 19.78% or 79%, so like almost maxed out. And they're pretty cool. I also picked up a
And you
full
don't.
clear guy recently, a transparent one. He was cheap.
Oh, really? Jack and Jill?
Yeah. Somebody was selling them for like $40. I was like, he's completely nude,
wow.
like transparent. I was like, he's like the cleanest of them all. There was one other one that was kind of clean like him, but it was just like it was pretty cool. So I was like, I gotta pick him up. One, just for like to see what he looks like in the verse, right? Because if we're gonna be running around with these guys, he's gonna be like invisible. It's gonna be awesome. Just take my hat off and I'm gone.
How much did you get it for?
I think it was $40, which is like $20 under mint, right? Or almost. What was mint again? Is it $60? 59?
59? I think it was 59.
Yeah. So it was like $20 under mint. I was like, I'll take that, no problem, thanks.
And not just any. It's a see-through, a naked. You said like a naked.
Yeah. You'll see him. I was showing him on the screen there. So if you take a look through, once we're done recording, you'll see what I was looking at. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Actually, I'll pop him on right now, for my avatar, so you can see him on the leaderboard.
Okay. Check.
All right. Okay. We only have a few more questions here. Let's get through them. So what collection, what NFT collection is the most important for you? And we specified other than lands, because I think we're all aware, if you're looking for Diamond Gen or anything, really it comes down to lands. That's what you need. So he had said that the one that he finds the most important is your weapons and armor. All right. So I agree. Weapons and armor are very important for competitive.
Yeah, they're the most important thing, I would say. Well, I mean, yeah. If you really want to climb up, you got to try to get those bonuses. And if you want to keep those bonuses, you got to put your defense up.
Exactly. And to stack those bonuses, you need good weapons. So, even if, like, for myself, like, they're fundamental in the plan that I have for my strategy, right? Like, if I didn't have the weapons, I would maybe get up to, like, at best 1,000% boost, right? But with the weapons on, right, if you can hit a 250 malware, 3 or 4 times and have them land on the proper land, you've got a pretty good boost going, right? Whereas, like, if you have no weapons for that, you're only hitting at, like, I think what is it, 60% as like the max end without any weapons. Yeah. So it's just such a slower climb, right? And you're not going to be able to stack them as much. So really, weapons are very important. And I would say armor too, especially to protect against the malware, Maelstrom. Get your Gigabyte Guardian up there. Those are very important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and especially because you can also get a bonus if you're not being attacked.
Yes.
Then you also get a bonus from those defense.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. What about you? You agreeing? Weapons, they're pretty important. I think they're probably more important than tools, except for, like, I would say get some of the tools for experience. Like, if you're strictly looking for competitive mode, those experienced NFTs, right? Like your knives, compasses, lanterns, they're a couple bucks, right? $2, $3 here, just to be able to put down less furniture, right, and level up faster, right? Because I could put down one green chair and go from level 1 to level 4, right? Like, and that's a lot more blueprints, and that's just one piece of furniture going down. Open up all those blueprints, and I got lucky and pulled a bank, and I was able to sell it. So that also helped fund my endeavors last comp. But yeah,
definitely the experience really helps on the NFTs.
Yes, yeah. So I would say the experience NFTs, the weapons, and the armor, they're all pretty important. So are there any NFTs that you're saving up for or wish that you owned? He didn't really specify anything, but he did say that he wishes that he would have minted some loaded lions back in the day. I mean, I share that sentiment. I would have loved to have, been able to mint a few, but I was not aware of them really at that time. And then he also said that he could use some more tools, but they're pretty expensive right now. So he's probably looking at something like some ground breakers and the expedition tents. They are pretty expensive at this point. So yeah, not really the easiest thing to pick up, but that sounds like probably what he would pick up next if he could. You saving up for anything right now, DJ Oracle?
No, not really. Well, I mean, I should be working on completing my sets of the elements, or is it called elements for the tools? I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, they are elements, I think is what they call them.
Right. Yeah, and so yeah, I still need 2 tents. I should be saving for those tents. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was actually wanting to save for. I wanted to save up for another Wolfie just because I only have one. But now that you're thinking, saving up, I'm like, yeah, maybe with my next competition money, I'll probably buy a Wolfie.
Yeah, but, I mean, the price of a Wolfie, you could buy a tent. Like, the Wolfies are so expensive right now.
Yeah, but I think, I would probably get a bigger bonus with the Wolfie than with the tent.
You have 4 tents right now?
3.
Yeah,
I have 3.
Yeah, probably. Or it'd be close, but I don't know. I guess it depends on what you're looking for. I got 2 Wolfies, so I'm good with that. I'm not spending. I think they're like 1,500 crow right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just saw them yesterday. But yeah, no, you're right. The tent, just having the full set, I think is more important than
yeah, especially if we're gonna need them for expeditions, right? You won't need a Wolfie for expedition, but you definitely are going to. Well, I don't know, definitely, but I would assume we're going to need some tents.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that having the right tent for the right region is probably going to play. It's probably going to be put into play. So, yeah.
There might even be missions you can't do unless you have in your group the proper tent or the proper shovel or something like that, right? So, I would think that that's going to be introduced. So, like you're not going to go digging up stuff in the Molten Forge with Sapphire Sanctum element shovel, right? So,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm not really. I don't think I'm saving up for anything. I might, if loaded lions get a bit cheaper, I think that's what I'm sort of saving up for. Maybe some lands here and there, but I think I've invested too much after making that last video. Gosh, it's like, oh man, it's a lot of money.
I think you recently picked up a cub, no?
I did, yeah. I did pick up a yeah, because the person originally had it listed for like $250, and I was just talking with New Tech about he had one and he wanted $230 for it, and then they listed this one at $199, and I liked this one better than the one New Tech had, so I just pulled the trigger on that one. Like, all right. I threw a couple offers at him, and he just wasn't checking. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to buy it. Like, last thing I want is like, okay, somebody else buys it, and now the next cheapest one is like $300. So I was just like, I'm just going to grab this one. And then it completes. So now I have 2. Right, I have an evil chain gang and my normal chain gang. So I've got 2 complete sets of chain gangs now. But,
nice.
Yeah, that was... That was part of my tax return investment. I bought that with a little bit of the tax return I got. So, but yeah, other than that, deal. Yeah, I thought it was a decent deal. He's kind of cool. I call it my American one as well because I got a white loaded lion. He's red, the little cub, and then my dark lion's blue. So it's the red, white, and blue crew.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny that they're evil as well. Little foreshadowing,
matching maybe. The times.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess because I've already completed all of the elements, so I'm good for that. So yeah, it's honestly just like maybe pick up a couple more lands here and there. That's what I'd do. Keep boosting. I'd like to hit 60 million in normal mode for my diamond gen, which I probably could achieve if I just focused on putting down more business combos. So I might just do it that way, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, and then the final question that we asked him was, do you buy diamonds in normal mode, or just push with the diamonds that you generate? And he said no, he does not buy any diamonds in normal mode. He always has preferred to invest that money either in lands, tools, avatars, trophies, whatever's going to give him the increase in diamond generation as a bonus, rather than doing something that's just a one-time buy. So he's looking for permanent over one-time buy, and I definitely share that sentiment.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I don't know. I guess somebody who's really wanting to push, maybe somebody who's looking to get that leaderboard bonus, they'll probably buy some diamonds in normal mode.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I'd rather buy the NFTs that will give more of a permanent bonus.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you could buy diamonds if you're running out of diamonds, but that's where I think I'd be stacking attacks and stuff more strategically, and you'd want to buy the weapons to be able to do that. And so there's just things that I think the money would be better invested in some of the NFTs up until a certain point where it's like, no, I just need the diamonds now, right? Then you would try to stack attacks, buy some diamonds, and go about it that way. Cool. So that's pretty much what we got. So shout out and huge thank you to fftbhacker, future favoring the brave for sure here, as he has definitely shown us a thing or two about playing Main City. He's definitely dominating the leaderboard right now. So congratulations, and we look forward to keeping an eye on what you're doing. And greatly appreciate you sharing some of this information and insight with us. So if we missed anything, drop them down in the comments below. Maybe we can pick his brain and get a little catalog of extra questions going down in the comments on this video. But otherwise, that's what we got from FFTB Hackers. So once again, thank you for taking the time to answer our questions.
Yeah, definitely. Big shout out to him. And if you're I appreciate this interview also with him. Make sure you let him know in the Discord when you see him. Let him know that you like the interview, and we appreciate you for answering it.
Yeah.
Hacker. Sure.
Yeah, and if anybody else is interested in doing something similar, by all means, we could maybe even do just a standalone chat with somebody. People that come to mind: Meta, Tracy, which is Fiend for Crow, somebody like that. So if you guys are hearing this, or if you're not one of those people that are interested in doing it, but somebody that might be, go ahead and harass them in the Discord and let them know. Maybe we can get something going.
Yeah, definitely. It could be the same format. If they don't want to be on, we can just submit the questions and they can submit the answers, and we can just talk about them.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it was very interesting.
So, all right, on to the dev diaries now. So another month has gone by, and they have updated us on the dev diary. So let me just switch over to the screen here. So we are looking at the dev diary number 3, the Expedition Meta and Land Utility 2.0. So that's pretty massive here. There is quite a bit in this update, but not too many specifics, sadly. But let's just take a quick little glance through. So they are saying that this is going to be where the real loot and where the real legends are going to be made. So the new meta is going to be expeditions. So there's going to be risk and reward. So venturing into the wild to claim rare resources. And you're also able to check the gear check. So they are saying you're going to need your backpack, your tools, your tactical gear. All of this is going to make the difference between a legendary haul or coming home empty-handed. We'll come back to this to take a little bit more in-depth look at the command center, but they do have your little image here so you can see what the expeditions look like. So this is the command view, the hub for your scouts. This is going to show you mission types, things like your choose your path. Are you going to be doing boss fights, like brutal boss fights, high yield resource gathering, deep stakes exploration? There's also the loot intel, so know exactly what gear is required and exactly what spoils await you. So that comes back right to, hey, do you have the right tent? Do you have the right shovels? So you might have to team up with people to be able to get stuff done if you don't own that specific gear. And then we have Land Utility 2.0. So this is the landowner's tax. I like this. This is kind of cool. So now if people are hunting resources or monsters, you are getting a direct cut of all of the rewards. So that's pretty nice. So the rarer the land, the fatter the loot. They also say something about a social layer. So this is forming parties and stuff. We'll see that sort of up in the top there, and then we can speculate a little bit about it. And then there's the final little note here, and I don't think it's pertaining specifically to expeditions, but this is just some upgrades coming to the competition or competitive experience. So they are going to be integrating a UI improvement so that we know what day is what for the competitive multiplier. And then they're also saying dynamic gameplay. We are building the infrastructure to introduce new parameters to competitive events, such as boosters, bonuses, and daily rewards. This will bring fresh mechanics and new opportunities and deeper strategies. And then a long requested update, and I'm so glad they're finally providing us with this, because I have to basically make the video when we get the prize drop. So now they're going to be using the reward inbox to reward us with our competitive event rewards and allow us the freedom to claim our hard-earned loot whenever it is most convenient for us. I know the last time it was right in the middle of the Cubs, they dropped the loot, and so I just basically stopped doing the Cubs because I was like, I have to record this. You know, I like to get a little screenshot of what the prize drop is and talk a little bit about the competition. So now that we're able to claim it when we want, that is going to be a really nice little upgrade because I can claim it when I'm ready to make the video. So that's what we got.
Definitely, and it's pretty cool that they put it right after the video that you put. So again, it goes to show that they do are involved with the community's request, and because I think you put it on the feedback too, right?
I think I did, or I was seconding it because I know Curious has been putting it on there every time we have a competition and the rewards get dropped. He's like, and it's still not in the rewards box. Why? What is the point of this rewards inbox if it's not where our rewards go? I completely agree with that. But yeah, no, so we got that hopefully coming soon.
Yeah, so that'll be like I said, it's kind of like the daily reward, right? Like I haven't collected mine for the gold yet because I'm like only like 5 clicks away from the next prestige. So I'm going to wait until I prestige so that I can collect it at a higher rate.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get that extra,
right?
Or even too, right? Like some people are like, hey, I got to build, like beat me when I was doing drop downs. If you get caught in the middle of a drop down, right, you have no businesses on, and then it pops up and it's like, oh, you get no gold, you get no platinum, no titanium. It's like, cool, thank you. Great. Perfect timing. Yeah. So that's a frustrating point too, right? So now that we're able to claim it when we want, that's going to be a big game changer. So people can start stacking attacks better and doing stuff like that to be able to take the best advantage of it as possible.
Yes, definitely. So that's a great news right there.
Exactly. All right. So we got the UI up now. We're taking a look at the UI from the dev diary update here. And you can see on here, so there's the available, there's group, and then there's my expeditions. They've got a list of the top players. I guess this might be a rolling basis. It says it's got a refresh rate beside it, so maybe this is like top players per day or something like that that's doing expeditions. We also can see that there's active expeditions, so there's 0 out of 8 currently active, which is kind of weird because you can see down below they've got a progress bar here, and it says on the way home or on the way to home, and it gives you the amount of time. So it looks like they've already went and fought this. So as to why it's not an active expedition, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm interpreting active expeditions a bit wrong. But we do have difficulty and as a filter, so we can sort by, and then they're showing a total of 103. And then off to the right, so if you click on the mission, it's going to show you it's a boss fight, what region it's on, what land specifically. It gives you a difficulty. It also gives you a expedition power requirement, which I'm not too sure exactly how that's going to be made up. It must be maybe depending on how many weapons and gear and stuff like that you have. And then you have the total time. So it says travel time is 3 hours and 15 minutes, and then the mission time is 3 hours and 30 minutes. I'm assuming that's added up, but I'm not too sure. So like in total, it would be almost 7 hours, I'm thinking. So you could set out on this for 7 hours and then come back and see what's happened. But I'm not 100% sure. So, and then at the bottom, you could see also they tell you what type of rewards there are. I'm hoping there's stuff more than just essences, which weirdly enough, it's like, why am I finding Aurora essences in a Sapphire Sanctum land? But those are just, I mean, it's for, they say right down here, representative gameplay shown. Final product may vary. So this is just representative, but hey, we can pick it apart, right?
Yes, sir. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. And then we can either start the solo mission or start a group expedition. So hopefully they give us some more information so we can like see how to choose groups. But at the top there is like group and my expeditions. So chances are you could like join a group and you can click on this group button, and that's where you can like manage who's in the group. So when you click start group expedition, those are the people that are going with you. So, you know, it'd be cool if it's like, if I could like put up that Cyber Cub I just bought, right? And be like, hey, this is going to join DJ Oracle's group. So whenever he wants, I have a Cyber Cub that can go out on an expedition with him, right? So, or something like that, right? That would be cool. But yeah, this is what we got. They've also got down here the list of expeditions will refresh on the same time period. So looks like daily you're going to be getting new ones. As to whether we can even complete all of the available ones in a day, I doubt it. But hopefully there's a way for us to like check them all off or be pretty close to it. And then, you know, have the new list refresh. So, but yeah, again, it looks very passive to me, right? That's what I'm getting from this is like, we're just selecting avatars, sending out them with gear. And, you know, down here you can see this little bar. They're on the way to home. Or on the way home is what I'm anticipating here. So in 3 hours and 40 minutes, you can come in and you click on this boss fight that you just completed in the block Nexus, and you're able to get your rewards, right? And so that's what I think is going to happen. So again, this is where I'm kind of like disappointed in a sense, because it's still not really a streamer friendly gameplay function or activity, right? I mean, mind you, it might be good. We could set up some groups, but like, if it's going to take 7 hours for one of these to end, I'm not going to be streaming for 7 hours just so you could see the end of an expedition, right? Like, there's just not enough content to play in Main City for that duration of time.
Yeah, that's true. And also, like, can we send as many missions as NFTs that we have as avatars, or can we send as many regardless? That's another thing that I would want to know. Like, if we only have 3 NFTs, can we only send 3 missions, you know?
Yeah, and that's where I'm wondering, like, they have this active expeditions. It's 0 out of 8. Would it be 0 out of whatever amount of NFTs you have equipped, right? Like I've got, like I said, like, what was it, 80 crazy monsters. Can I send all 8 of them out and then send some loaded lions and send, you know, like, that's my questions for sure. And hopefully we get some answers soon. You know, it sounds like we'll be getting some more information, hopefully, maybe a release date next week, and then the actual full release probably by like the 25th, somewhere around in there. That would be stellar.
Yeah, and I agree with you in how the gameplay seems a little more passive than what we were kind of like hoping for. Maybe like I was expecting to maybe have to click a few things and try to fight while I'm fighting a boss or something. Maybe actively clicking something, or maybe using the keyboard. But it looks like it might be just kind of like activating boosters, stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't even know if I think it's just going to be start solo expedition. You click that button, it's going to pop up, and you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to put this guy, and they're taking this gear with them. And then you click launch, and then it's like, it's going to pop up like we see where the boss fight is, where it's a time, like this little bar. And so as that bar, like it'll be like on the way to the boss, fighting the boss, and now they're on the way home, right? So then they're traveling back. So once this bar is fully done, the timer's countdown's completed, then you click on it and you can like claim your loot, right? And then I would assume under my expeditions is probably any of the expeditions that are on your land. You would go to that and you can claim loot from people that have completed it.
Oh yeah, my expeditions, like whenever you're hosting kind of thing, right? And you're
yeah. So if you own, Pebblestone Shore 18618, that's your expedition, right? That's on your land. So when people complete that expedition, you're going to get a part of that reward, whether it's a booster or some essences or something like that.
Yeah, and what about the little stripes at the end? Do you think that's the difficulty? Like the first one has the boss fight has one stripe.
No, it definitely is
so it's
the
a little
difficulty.
easier than the resource gather. Yeah.
But I'm curious as to how you unlock. You can see there's one down there, exploration. So I'm wondering what it takes to unlock some of these. Maybe you have to be in a group with somebody that owns a land like that. I like how all of the lands are number 18618.
So creative.
I know. Just copy and paste, just change the name. Cardinal Essence 18618. Funny. All right. But yeah, so I think that's really all we got to talk about in regards to the developer updates. It does seem, at least this is the official information, that we can get into speculating a bit while we look at this stuff. So
yeah, definitely. At least something new. It's nice to look at, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm excited for the updates that they're bringing to the competitive. Being able to put that calendar or like a UI fix to let us know what the multiplier day is, and being able to claim the rewards in the reward inbox, that's really nice. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, I don't think there's really much else concrete to discuss in regards to the developer diaries, but I think we can switch over and start to speculate. Try to keep the speculation maybe to 10-15 minutes, and then we can cut her off. But this is definitely going to be one of our longest podcasts, so if you've made it this far, we appreciate you guys for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed the discussion so far, and now you can listen to us speculate a little bit.
Yes, definitely. You guys are here. You guys are the troopers. It's just all information from Main City. If you think we've missed something, if you have any more recommendations or something else that you would want to see us cover, make sure you also leave it in the comments. I think this is a long one, but a very, very insightful one. To have the top player, even down to just share his favorite movie. It's I think it's very, very one of the best podcasts that we had, one of the best episodes we've had.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's definitely worth the 2 hours that we're at so far. So let's do a little speculating, and then we could try to keep it under 2.5, hopefully. I don't think we got too much to speculate. I mean, we've done speculation quite a bit, right? But yeah, definitely seems passive. A lot more passive than I think a lot of us hardcore players were hoping for. Especially people that come to mind like Papa that wants to be able to stream stuff, and yourself that's got some YouTube presence, and along with me as well. I think we're still going to struggle to find content. I just don't see this being as big of a content making draw that I had originally hoped for, right? Like I don't think there's going to be really any strategies or discussion stuff. It's just going to be, things that we can do daily. You log in, we got a bunch of quests. At least then it gives us more reasons to log in, and we could probably access them through the phone too, and send out and launch expeditions that way. So I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but I'm just concerned in the sense that, like, I just don't know if there's still enough meat to the game for people to, like, want to come in and invest too heavily in it, right? And now that we also have the separation of, like, competition, or the mobile versus PC version, I don't know. I'm still here. I'm going to be playing this game probably for a long time, just to stick around and see how it all goes. So we'll have to just wait. I mean, we're, a month and a half away from mobile being launched, according to their most recent forecast of when it would be released. So I think, no point in panicking. No point in panicking.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But I also share what you're saying, and that's the first name that came to mind, Papa. Because I think we were expecting, like you said, something more where we can see more action on the screen, rather than just clicking and seeing a button from being active to being faded away, and you can't click it anymore. And yay! At least the attacking, it's a little, there's the numbers while you send the attacks, and you can kind of see the number percentages go up. It looks like a little bit of action. But, for the YouTube, I would like to see, more in, at least show the little avatar walking somewhere, at least from business to business, even if it's kind of like animated, while go to the mission or go to the expedition. And you kind of see, even if it's kind of like how you remember how when Mario Brothers goes from like the castle to the pipe, it's used by itself, it's just walking on its own. Yeah, at least something small like that would be kind of cool. So hopefully they'll do something a little more animated. I think that's what all of us are hoping for, so that we can put it on the screens.
Yeah, and that's purely what it comes from, right? Like, I'm sure this is going to be fun. It's just, if that there's just the lack of, like Papa was saying, to be able to get this game out there for more people to come in and play and be interested, you need to have something interesting for community members to show off, right? And there's just, the most engaging aspect of Main City right now is drop down attacking, right? And you can only do that every 20 minutes, really. So it just sort of like limits the ability for people to do engaging content that could be streamed and, people to watch and be entertained, right? Because like dropping down and then going and clicking level up on your business is not something people want to listen to or watch unless the person that's speaking and discussing stuff with the community that's watching them is engaging, right? Whereas, like if you think about Call of Duty, right, or any of those types of like shooters, there's always, it doesn't really matter, people are just watching it to watch people get, watch the gameplay, right? Because it's entertaining, it's mesmerizing, right? And if the guy's entertaining, it's funny to watch because he might say funny things, or he's got a good personality, so it all sort of blends together to make it entertaining, right? Whereas with what we have to do as streamers, if we're going to stream this game, is be 100% entertaining, because the game is like negative 5%, right? Like, so it's just that, because like if anybody comes in and they're like, oh, what's this guy playing, and they'll look at it and be like, okay, well, what is going on? Like, what's the point of this game? You're just clicking level up, and then you click on the leaderboard and attack some people, and then go back to leveling up stuff. So it's just like there's not really enough activity, and that's what I'm afraid of. That's going to be the limiting factor for bringing people into play. But that's not to say maybe we're only seeing what the PC version of Expeditions is looking like, and when it comes to the mobile version, it could be completely different. They've already said it's going to be a different game, to some capacity. It's not going to be the same leaderboard and all that type of stuff. So very well could be maybe something a bit more engaging. Then it's just going to come down to how do I stream something on my phone onto YouTube or something like that, right? So yeah, it'll be different. But I mean, I'm not discounting it. I'm not going to count it out here. I'm going to, play through and see what exactly we got. But regardless, I think it's going to be better and more things to do, at least. So things that aren't going to be done like what fftbhacker was saying in 2 minutes, and then you're just left to drop down attack for the rest of the day, right? This will be stuff that can be like, okay, my expedition's done in an hour. I'm going to go do something for an hour. I'm going to come back, and then, I have like 3 that I can claim. I'm going to set up another 4 or whatever, send them out on expeditions, and then, they'll come back whenever, or, do something in the meantime until you're ready to come back and claim those resources and loot that they've collected.
Yeah, and another thing that it's also, let's not forget that we can also like collect some vouchers and get some crow just by selling businesses too. So that the streaming is one thing that we're talking about, but guys, don't forget that you can always like level up some businesses. Get your prestige, put them on the market, and just get some passive income. Whatever prestige you are at. That's another thing that you can also do in the game, which is, I think, something that all of us that are in the crypto world really appreciate. Just when it comes with the streaming is the thing, but even that, I'll be surprised sometimes when I'm gonna do supposedly, according to me, a short video, and next thing you know, I'm collecting, I'm attacking, I'm opening a blueprint, I'm doing some merges, and there goes 45 minutes. So it's still, there's still things to do. There's still videos, and when it comes to mobile, I'm pretty sure we'll find a way to maybe even screen record the game action and put it up as shorts, or we'll find a way. It's just having an idea, and I think it's something that happens with Main City often. That as on this side of the development, we're thinking of one thing, and the other side of the development has a different idea. Once we put them together, we're like, okay, so it wasn't that bad. It was better than we expected many times. I think
Yeah.
for the most part, I would say that the we figure out what the new things are. We figure out, the Cubs. Oh, the Cubs. Next thing you know, hey, yeah, let's let's get the Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubs is definitely a big community aspect, at least, right? We all get together to hunt those Cubs.
Yeah, and I remember at one point we were like, no, make it easier to find the Cubs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when they made the switch to the 7 regions, it was like, holy man, where are these guys? But
Yeah.
now that we have
I guess
people,
if you're by yourself, it's still
Yeah.
still harder by yourself.
oh, it is hard by yourself, that's for sure. Which,
What were
speaking
you
of
saying?
which,
We have
we
people
got
as
the Cubs in a couple minutes, so I don't know if we got really anything else to speculate about. So I think maybe we could wrap it up. Do you?
Yeah, that's good.
I think
Good.
the last thing I wanted to show just quickly here, and then we'll end it, is in the playbook, the roadmap that they have. So there are still things that are being developed, like the ability to view another player's mansion, friends and foes list. We still got the guilds and the world battle system coming out, right? So there's things like that. There's a business manager. Clearly they haven't updated this lately because this has been done, the business combos, but new in-game assets that might be alluding to essences. But yeah, and then they also have the narrative and world building. So there's still stuff to go on with that. I mean, there's still things that could come out to make the game a lot more engaging, but I'm hoping that eventually they steer it towards like a metaverse. Something complete as a metaverse. But with that, I mean, we can drop the speculation. And so, yeah, thank you for joining me, DJ. We're at about 2 hours and 8 minutes now, so I think we're good to cut it off here. If you've made it this far, we appreciate you guys for sticking around this long. Definitely was a longer one, but hopefully you found value in the discussion.
Yes, I totally agree. Thank you guys for being with us, and yeah, make sure you guys share, like the video, and all that good stuff.
Right on. So yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully we'll have a lot more to discuss with the expeditions, and hopefully we've had a couple days at least to play it. So let's stay tuned. And yeah, I guess there's no competition to wish you good luck in, but I'm sure there's one up and coming. So we'll have to hold tight, and hopefully we're getting the skin as well. So thank you for joining me, DJ Orakle. As always, it's a pleasure discussing Main City with you, and we will catch you guys in the next video.
Yes, thank you for hosting. It's a pleasure, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
All right, take care.